This is TOS Television, your digital-first Pan-African news network. I am Sergey Ibrahim, and this is Africa Now. 28 days after, Guinea on Thursday reported its first new case of Ebola virus according to the World Health Organization. This is the first case since March the 4th, bringing the total number of reported cases to 19, including 19 registered deaths. The last death recorded was on 24th of March. In a Twitter post, the director of WHO Regional Office for Africa, Matshidiso Moeti, revealed that the case was registered in Solota village in the southeastern Nzekore region of Guinea. Guinea, along with other countries that were impacted by the Ebola like DR Congo, have started the immunization process against the virus. More than 3,200 people, including 529 contacts, have been vaccinated as part of the campaign. More than 1,600 people, including contacts of cases, their contacts and health workers, have been vaccinated so far, according to the World Health Organization. Kenya, the African country, is the latest African country, that has been added to the England's red list, amongst other things. The country's transportation department says it is to protect the country against new variants of the coronavirus at a critical time for the vaccine program. The travel ban takes effect from 4 a.m. Friday the 9th. International visitors who have departed from the transited Kenya in the previous 10 days will be refused entry into England. Only British and Irish citizens or those with residence rights in the UK, including long-term visa holders, will be allowed to enter, and they must stay in government-approved quarantine facilities for 10 days, the Transport Department said. The G7 foreign ministers of Canada, France, Germany, Italy, Japan, the United Kingdom, and the United States of America, and the High Representative of the European Union in a statement on Friday said they are strongly concerned about recent reports on humanitarian rights violations and abuses and violation of international humanitarian law in Tigray, Ethiopia. They condemn the killing of civilians, sexual and gender-based violence, indiscriminate shelling, and the forced displacement of residents of Tigray and Eritrean refugees. There was a call on all parties to exercise utmost restraint, ensure the protection of civilians, and respect human rights and international law. Provide immediate, unhindered humanitarian access. Finally, there was a call by the G7 foreign ministers to end the violence and the establishment of a clear, inclusive political process that is acceptable to all Ethiopians, including those in Tigray, and which leads to credible elections and a wider national reconciliation process. Now, the United Nations mission in Mali on Friday said 4 United Nations peacekeepers were killed in an attack by jihadists on the camp in Aguehok in northern Mali. The UN mission said that the attackers suffered heavy losses and had abandoned several of their dead at the site of the attack. Also, helicopters were dispatched to the scene to evacuate the wounded from the camp, which houses mostly Chadian peacekeepers. Around 20 to 100 attackers were killed in the assault, which lasted around 3 hours, a UN spokesperson said. The attack started with mortar fire, followed by an attempted car bomb, and then a direct attack, the spokesperson added. Mali has been trying to contain an Islamic extremist insurgency since 2012. Now, a crowd of Egyptians will see the lavish multi-million-dollar spectacle of 22 mummies, 18 kings and 4 queens transported from the peach-colored neoclassical Egyptian Museum to the new National Museum of Egyptian Civilization in what is called the Pharaoh's Golden Parade, 5 kilometers in Cairo, Egypt's capital city. They will be transported with great fanfare in chronological order of their reigns. Each mummy will be carried on a decorated vehicle fitted with special shock absorbers and surrounded by a motorcade including replica horse-drawn war chariots. Egypt's authorities are hoping that the new museum, which opens fully to the general public on April 18th in the Royal Hall of Mummies, will help revitalize tourism. The industry has been battered by political turbulence over the past decade and more recently by the pandemic. This is your digital-first Pan-African news network, TOS Television. You are watching Africa Now. Up next, stories on insecurity matters after the break. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back. Now to insecurity matters. Two military bases located 100 kilometers southwest of Somalia's capital, Mogadishu, belonging to the Somali National Army, early on Saturday morning were struck by two explosions by Al-Shabaab fighters. A third explosion targeted a convoy of troops rushing to the bases from the capital after the attack. Al-Shabaab spokesperson said it launched a vehicle-borne suicide bomb attack on the Barir base while simultaneously attacking the nearby Aldigul base with a car bomb and fighters to prevent troops stationed there from reinforcing Barir. He confirmed a third vehicle-borne explosive device hit a convoy of government troops racing from Mogadishu with reinforcement. The state media reported that Somalia's Deputy Defense expressed his profound gratitude to Somalia's elite forces, Gogor, who repelled Shabaab attacks on SNA bases in Lower Shabelle region. Total, a French energy major, has withdrawn its entire staff from its Afungi natural gas site in northern Mozambique as clashes between Islamic State-linked fighters and the military rage nearby. The World Food Programme, WFP, said it was temporarily suspending evacuation flights from Palma for people affected by the violence, citing deterioration in the security situation. Flights transporting humanitarian workers and food will continue, a spokeswoman added. Total's project is among energy developments worth a combined $60 billion that would revolutionize Mozambique's $15 billion economy. Still on matters of insecurity, Siddiqui Abbas, a Central African Republic militia leader of the Return, Reclamation, Rehabilitation or 3R armed group, blacklisted by the United States and the United Nations for human rights abuses, including rape, torture, has died from injuries he sustained in November, his armed group said on Friday. He died on March 25 at a health center in Kambakota, north of the capital, Bangui, according to a statement signed by General Bobo, who described himself as the new leader of the group. Abbas died from wounds sustained during an attack on the town of Bosembele on November 16th last year. General Bobo's statement read, UN and security sources disputed the group's claim that Abbas had been wounded on November 16 before the rebel offensive and instead dated it to the initial fighting in December when his convoy was ambushed. Rumors of his death had spread since but were never confirmed by 3R until now. And now to business, the Executive Board of the International Monetary Fund on Friday approved a 38th month arrangement under the Extended Credit Facility ECF and the Extended Fund Facility EFF for Kenya in an amount equivalent to $2.34 billion to support the next phase of the authority's COVID-19 response and address the urgent need to reduce debt vulnerabilities. The authority's program would set a basis for a resurgence of growth and shared prosperity. It aims to reduce debt vulnerabilities through a multi-year fiscal consolidation effort centered on raising tax revenues and tightly controlling spending, safeguarding resources to protect vulnerable groups. It will also advance the structural reform and governance agenda, including by addressing weaknesses in some state-owned enterprises and strengthening transparency and accountability through anti-corruption framework. The program will strengthen the monetary policy framework and support financial stability, incorporate flexibility including recognizing near-term challenges related to tax yield in the current stressed economic environment and possible contingent liabilities for the SOE sector. And now the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, Oil Cartel, and allied countries on Thursday have decided to gradually add back some 2 million barrels per day of oil production from May to July, moving cautiously in pace with the recovery of the global economy from the COVID-19 pandemic. The group is restoring production that was slashed last year to support prices as demand sagged during the worst of the pandemic recession, which sapped demand for fuel. The group will add back 350,000 barrels per day in May, 350,000 barrels in June, and 400,000 in July. And that's it for Africa Now. For more updates, do visit our website at www.tostvnetwork.com. Do also follow and like our social media handles on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and remember to subscribe on YouTube. Do stay with us and enjoy more programs on TOS Television. I am Sagir Ibrahim, and thanks for watching.